I hate mince pies. I don't know how anyone could like them. They're the worst thing about Christmas by an absolute mile. Okay, so a lot of people would say Brussels sprouts are worse. I agree that sprouts are horrible. They taste like old socks and they make you pop like a brass band. But at least sprouts are honest about how grim they are. They're green, for a start, and everyone knows that all green things are bad. Mould, stinging nettles, salad. In fact, sprouts are a bit like my so-called best friend Darren Gamble. Yes, Gamble can occasionally blow things up or tip head lice into your mashed potato or kick the odd horse here and there, but he's not mean or crafty about it. He just can't help himself. Plus, he looks naughty as well, so you always know what you're going to get. He has a tiny shaved head that waggles about like a mad jelly bean, and he wears T-shirts with the names of his favourite heavy metal bands on the front. His current favourite bands are called The Sweaty Mums, Attack of the Saber-Toothed Butt Squirrels, and Dog Dirt Dave and the Pooper Scoops. Mince pies, on the other hand, are tricky little con artists. From the outside, they make you think they're quite nice, little parcels of crumbly pastry with icing sugar sprinkled on the top like a light dusting of snow. Yum, yum. To look at them, you'd think they could be stuffed with anything. Jam, chocolate, Skittles. But they aren't. They're full of this brown, lumpy gunk. It's called mincemeat, but nobody on earth knows what it really is. There's no meat in there, and it tastes disgusting. Mum says that mincemeat is just raisins and other dried fruit in a sweet, spicy sauce. To me, it tastes more like rabbit droppings mixed with the sludge that fat men get in between their rolls of flab. Mince pies are very similar to this girl in my class called Rosie Taylor, aka the worst person who has ever existed in the history of the universe. Some people think Rosie is a good person, but I know better. She can be all nicey nice when it suits her, but really she's cruel, and she completely hates my guts. She's got a tiny little mouth, like a hamster's nipple, which she mainly uses to say cruel things about me. She once spread a rumour that I have a bright purple bum like a baboon, and last year on her birthday she made a wish that I'd get eaten alive by wild toddlers. When you think about it, mince pies have also got a lot in common with actors. That's right, actors. Those idiots who star in plays and TV shows and films. People think they're really special and glamorous and amazing. But they aren't. You can't trust actors at all. Their lives are just one big lie. Remember, their job is to pretend to be other people. From the outside, they seem exciting, but that's only because you think they're someone else. A princess, a blood-sucking zombie, a superhero. When you find out who they really are, you realise that they're totally rubbish. Maybe you think I'm being cruel to actors and mince pies. Well, you're wrong. Last Christmas, I spent way too much time with an actor and ate way too many mince pies. The results were catastrophic. Sunday. Gamble gets involved in a play, and Mrs. MacDonald has some time off work. It probably seemed like a good idea at the time, a nice pre-Christmas treat for the class, a Sunday evening trip to the theatre. Our Christmas school play was coming up at the end of the week. Before then, Mrs. MacDonald wanted us to see a proper professional panto. She wanted us to be inspired and make our performance on Friday better. So she organised for us all to meet at the theatre on Sunday night. I'm not really sure why she bothered to take us in the first place. What was the point? Our class had one short song and dance to do in the school Christmas production. We were only going to be on stage for 3 minutes. Maybe she shouldn't have taken us at all. Still, there was no way she could have known what would happen. Fact 1. Most people who go to a panto don't get crushed by a man dressed as a woman, then set on fire by a pair of exploding fake boobs.